there'll be one with like a little bit of mold and you're like, I've got an immune system for a reason.
So
we
I
can
wasn't
pop that in.
planning to admit this, but last night was pizza night at my house. And it's usually Friday night, but I'm away this week.
And we can't miss pizza night.
We can't. It's a big night.
We've got to bump it forward 2 days.
Yeah, well, we're trying to save money. Like, my partner's trying to save money and I'm trying to lose weight. So it's like, well, takeout is like, a premium item, basically. And we both love pizza.
Just so you know that I feel like if that's the case, then you would be like, well, let's skip pizza night this week. We're trying to save money and lose weight.
No,
and
that's
like,
coming back from the past. One pizza night is...
Oh, I see.
Yeah, one pizza night is reining it in.
As opposed to having just pizza every night because there was no designated night.
That's right.
It was just pizza week.
That's it. Pizza lifetime.
Okay.
That's why you need to be careful. If you skip pizza night, you can't restrict, Ben, because then you're like... No, I want pizza all the time. And there's anarchy. You need to keep it contained.
So you've kept up your one pizza a week ratio, and that's what's important here.
Yeah.
Except for on Monday and Tuesday, we also had pizza.
Do we? Oh, shit. I thought you were like, maybe we did.
No.
I can't remember what we had when we came. We came and visited you. So I was like, did we get pizza when we were here?
You're in the clear.
That's good. So we went to Domino's this time, and my partner went and picked it up because it's literally like a 2-minute walk, which doesn't help on the weight loss thing.
Yeah, you should really order from the furthest pizza place.
Right.
Just to
10K walk or something. He was bringing it home and they didn't shut the lid on the cheesy scrolls properly.
Okay, do I dare ask what a cheesy scroll is?
It's like it's what it sounds like, kind of like a garlicky cheesy scroll, like mini kind of pastry with garlic and cheese on it.
And Domino's is selling these nowadays, huh? Okay.
Oh, Domino's is so much more than you expect.
Yeah, I don't do a lot of Domino's. So
it's right near our house, so we're quite
You're well aware of their menu.
Oh, yes. And during lockdown, they had, which is where pizza night originated. So I guess that's why pizza night is such a stalwart of our lives.
It's been like 2 years in the making now.
Yeah, well, and throughout lockdown, that was kind of like, what was that, 2.5 years or something? So
it gave you something to look forward to.
Literally.
Like, hey, can't wait for tomorrow. Like, yeah. You think what I'm thinking? Pizza night.
It was always Friday night as well. So I think partially some of the habits we got into in lockdown, we're loath to let them go because the excitement of pizza night really carried me throughout a lonely week inside the house.
Fair enough.
So he dropped he dropped the cheesy scrolls on the ground.
What kind of ground are we
This is the questions I asked. Yeah. He was like, I wasn't expecting follow-ups. He texted me.
Well, I assume the end of this story is I ate the cheesy
we definitely
scrolls.
did. Yeah, of course.
So now I just have to know how harshly to judge you.
Well, no, I just thought it was funny that obviously you and I had the same thoughts because he texted me. He's like, I just dropped this cheesy scrolls on the ground.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa. Don't make any hasty moves.
Yeah, he's hovering over the bin.
Yeah, whoa.
Wait a second, buddy.
He's like, I guess we better get rid of them or something. I was like, hang on.
It's pizza night. Let's not be so rash.
Yeah. We can't just be throwing cheesy scrolls away.
Yeah.
Who knows when there's going to be another pizza night?
Probably 7 days from now.
Exactly.
That's a long time.
Next Friday, but anything could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just so you know, we had the exact same discussion where it was like, what kind of ground?
Yeah, because there's like an acceptable, like if it was on a just cleaned wooden floorboard, that's a lot. Like I would be like, all right, she could eat that.
Well, it was outdoors.
Yeah, that makes it riskier for sure.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, if it fell into a pool of vomit, then
well, that's what I said. I was like, was it visibly dirty? He was
Yeah.
like, no. If anything, it looked clean.
Yeah, like, all right, so far so good.
And I was like, pavement or like dirt or like gravel?
Yeah.
Like, what did it fall on?
Gravel's bad. If it fell in gravel, I feel like you're...
It's done. Dirt's bad. Grass is bad.
Right, well, I guess it depends on the grass, but yeah.
He said pavement. Clean pavement.
Is there such a thing?
Well, it was wet, apparently. And I was like, wet with what?
Yeah.
Was the next
The rain
question.
had cleaned the pavement.
Yeah. No, so there's... on the way home from our house, there's like sprinklers turn on to... Like, water this park, I guess. So I guess the sprinklers had been on. And
you didn't have to worry. I was like, well, why is the pavement wet?
Yeah,
Acid
exactly.
rain.
Well, that's what I had to ask. I was like, why is the pavement wet? He's like, well, because the sprinklers are on. I was like, of course.
Yeah, well, that's clean water.
Yeah, and then I was like, what part of the scrolls? Mm-hmm. Like, was it total saturation? Like, did they roll down the path and it's indistinguishable? Or was there like
Was
some
it just
contact?
like it landed on its bottom and then like it was immobile at that point?
Yeah, and so they landed kind of some may not have touched the ground. So it was kind of controversial exactly what happened.
Oh, like there was enough scrolls that like some of them fell on top of the other scrolls.
That's right.
Okay.
And I was like, can you distinguish bottom scroll from top scroll? He's like, I can no longer.
Well, because he had already picked them up at that point. Yeah,
that's right. So I was like, okay, well, that's fine.
But you can eat them pretending that each one is one that didn't hit the ground.
Well, no, we just chopped like the bottom.
You cut the bottom off.
Yeah.
This was something we discussed a long time ago on the podcast. Is one of our mutual friends had basically like a conversation starter. Is that he dropped? It was like it wasn't a pizza scroll, but it was close enough.
Okay.
And I think it was like the kind of thing he asked his like date on their like first date.
Like, would
together.
you have?
Well, what would you do in this scenario? And his answer was that he chopped off the bottom of the bun and ate the rest.
And no second date.
Yeah,
she chopped off the bottom of the bun. Him.
Yeah. So I don't know what happened to that specific relationship. If they both said, well, we'll obviously chop off the bottom of the scroll at the same time.
They're married.
Yeah, it's like, well, I've found my perfect woman. I don't need to keep looking. The hands met, like, as they were reaching for the knife to cut it out in
Or
half.
if she was like, I'd eat only the bottom.
Oh, bit of a Jack Sprat situation.
Yeah, exactly.
I pre-drop all of my scrolls just for, the extra thrill. Got to build up my immune system.
Midnight Crisis.